What's up, y'all? It's Michael, and I'm back. I've been gone away in Florida for maybe 4 days now, so that's why I haven't been like answering any PMs or anything like that or uploading. But I am here, and I'm bringing you an NU match, Regina's tourney round 3, I believe, versus TheOnceCorrupt. He's Australian actually, so it's pretty cool because I fought a German, a Spaniard, and now an Australian, so I have yet to fight an American in this tournament, but it's pretty cool. So without further ado, let's get the match started. So right, this is NU, and I lead with Venomoth because that's just a standard safe Venomoth lead to use, and I really don't know much about NU, but I do have a secret weapon to help me out in case I need it. So let's see how the battle turns out. I lead with Sleep Powder, and he has a lead. The hell is this thing called? Queen something, Nido Queen. So he shrugs off the sleep with Lum, gets up Stealth Rocks, and gets a 1 layer up of Toxic Spikes. I go for the Psychic to kill it, and then I go for a Psychic again. He switches here into Hypno. And as much as I'd like to say I predicted his switch, I really didn't, but I completely did not realize that Hypno had Insomnia, so I went with the Sleep Powder, then checked on Smogun, and actually that would have sucked. So luckily for me, he switches out, goes to Mad Cargo, who takes a sleep, and I go straight for the Bug Buzz in case he wants to go back to Hypno. Bug Buzz still does a hell of a lot of damage, so I know I pretty much wrecked this thing, so I'm pretty sure I'm going for another Bug Buzz. Yeah, so I go for another Bug Buzz here, and Nido Queen is going to take that to the face, but not quite enough. Doesn't matter though, because I outspeeded for the kill, so that's pretty much Nido Queen's dead. And I need that Nido Queen out of the way so I can go ahead and set up my Toxic Spikes now, so that's exactly what I'm going to do here. He outspeeds me, so I know this thing is Scarf slacking, and that's fine because he has Truant, so I know I'm definitely going to be able to get my 2 Toxic Spikes up, and I doubt that he has another Poison Poke. So I'm pretty much set now. I don't really have to worry about Venomoth dying. So he sends in his Earth Ring here, and that's pretty good because he got just the normal poison instead of the toxic damage. So he did get it in and got an instant Guts boost. And I know it's Gus because he doesn't outspeed me and goes straight for the Facade. So yeah, that's pretty good. Well, he doesn't outspeed me, and I kill him, and then he goes for the Facade. Right. So I go into my Haunter here and just go straight for the Thunderbolt, and that's pretty much a good game. So he sends back in his slacking, and I don't want to take anything because I'm pretty sure he's going to go for either the Night Slash or the Shadow Claw. So I go to Regigigas, and I decide to just leave him in now. I am unable to get my Toxic Spikes off my side of the field with my Venomoth, which it would have been nice to go into Haunter and then go like back into Venomoth or something, but in any case it doesn't really matter because it's just 1 poison layer instead of 2, so Regigigas should be able to live in slow start. In any case, this is a wall Gigas, so I really just decided to use it as a wall and not really much of anything else. So it's got status, which is dumb because I had Toxic Spikes on it, so I'm going to change that because this is mainly a stalling based team. If I'm losing, it's meant to stall, so yeah, T-Wave is pointless. But it is there for Scarfers. So in any case, I'm just going to knock off his lefties so he can't heal back that poison, and Toxic's just going to whittle him down. I'm just going straight for damage here, so I go for a turn, and it does quite a bit of damage. And he goes for the Wish, and that looks like I'm going to be able to kill him before he gets his Wish off, but I do predict the switch into Mad Cargo. Unfortunately, I don't run Earthquake on this Regigigas like some of the sets have on Smogan, so I'm forced to just use Return to get damage because I want my slow start to wear off, and he is able to set back in Plasmic, who receives the Wish. So I'm just going to stay in with Regigigas because basically I've done a lot of damage with him already by taking out that Gardevoir, and really it's just a matter of time before he dies, so I'm not really going to try and bring him back in as a wall or anything else in the game because I've seen most of his team and I'm not really threatened by it. So yes, I finally get my act together on pretty much my last turn here, and I go for the turn and it still doesn't do like anything. Mad Cargo is really bulky, and he goes for the Lava Plume. Does not take Regigigas out because this is like max HP and it has some special defense investments. Poison still doesn't take me out, which is great because I just get another turn of damage. And I decide to knock off his leftovers before I go down. He sets up a light screen knowing that poison damage is going to take me out anyway, so that's just a nice safe time to get a light screen up, because now this Magcargo is really strong because he has not only a high defense but a light screen in place. So I send in Floatzel because I really can't send in anything special. He withdraws and fodders off his Gardevoir, and he makes it actually a really good play because it does trace my Swift Swim and I do set up the Rain Dance, but I'm still gonna outspeed it because Floatzel's naturally faster, plus I invested in speed, so it really doesn't help him in the end. But that was actually a really nice play, and he is able to take off a huge chunk of my health without actually doing any damage, so that's a really good play with Gardevoir. He sends in his Slacking here, and I know I'm going to outspeed it, so I just go straight for the Waterfall to do as much damage as I can, because this thing does have Truant, and that's really the downside, and ultimately what's going to cost him the game is using this Pokemon, because while it does provide lots of power and support to the team, he has to constantly switch it out, so I get too many free turns, and that really hurts him. I predict his switch out here and go for the Shadow Ball, and he totally predicts that and just stays in. So now I'm forced to switch, and I just decide to fodder Medicham because he really doesn't look like he's going to be of any use to me, particularly with this Scarf Slacking running around. Now this is not a Scarf Medicham, this is Medicham with Fake Out, Drain Punch, Substitute, and like Psycho Cut. I fought one like this on the OU ladder and actually did a lot of good against me, so I decided to try and use something like that, and fortunately I'm only going to be able to use this thing as fodder, so that's what I do. I just switch out, go into Brig, and this is my trump card right here, Brig. And I remember Valen used this thing once, like a shiny Jumpluff with Brig. I don't know if it was a Subseed or not, but that's what mine is, and Subseed is totally going to screw the rest of his team over. So I also sped this up because this is tons of stalling. So I predict the Thunder Wave, and I totally go into my sub, and then I Encore him, so he's trapped into Thunder Wave, and he's pretty much screwed here because I can get an infinite number of subs after I Leech Seed, and it's going to be great. So he's just trying to wait the Encore off. I don't know why. I mean, he's going to get stalled out either way, so kind of pointless. He switches out his Hypno, goes into Plasmic. Not that I predicted, but it's just the best move to use Leech Seed because I have no attacking moves, but I just have to keep stalling. So luckily he switches, and I just go for the Leech Seed. I know he's going to be Lava Pluming, and I don't want to Encore that or anything, so I just decide to use Leech Seed and then keep subbing, because as long as I have my Leech Seed off and my leftovers going, I'm still pretty much set. I can just sub, avoid his Lava Plume, and that's pretty much a good game for the Magcargo. So I use my final sub, and he Lava Plumes here, takes out the sub, and luckily I'm really glad that I kept Medicham in, although I really could have kept I could have foddered Haunter anyways, but he does send in Slacking here, so I do switch, go and fodder Medicham so that he has to use the attacking move on him, and then he's going to get a Truant turn, so that's going to suck for him. So I do send back out Brig, and I get my sub up, and he switches out, so it really doesn't matter here because I can outspeed Hypno, but it does matter in the sense that Hypno can now break my sub because he's not Encored into T-Wave. So he goes for the Seismic Toss, which is really good because it's going to break all my subs, and I get the Leech Seed up, so I can still do the infinite subs type thing against the Hypno. So Slacking's really only his last hope, but pretty much Brig's got the game won, especially because critical hits won't matter because subs, and plus the Seismic Toss, so he can't get a crit, but critical hits won't matter because I have my sub up. So more stalling, and this is his Hypno's last turn, I'm pretty sure. Hypno dies, and lastly he sends out Clacking, but I decide that Brig deserves to finish off the game, so I go to Haunter, knowing that poison damage won't take this Slacking out, so Brig can do the final blow. He gets a crit, don't even care if it matters at this point because I know I have the game won. So I send Brig back in on his Truant turn, and I go for the Leech Seed, and Brig wins the game for me. So good game. TheOnceCorrupt. I'm on to Regina's tourney round 4, which I'm guessing is going to be UU, but I'm not exactly sure. But in any case, look out for it. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.